Welcome in, everyone. I hope you guys are doing great wherever you're watching from today. We have a very fun and interesting topic, and it kind of stems from the live I did the other night on Tuesday night about war with Venezuela. And I talked about the 4 different strike options President Trump has, one of which is to send in Delta Force or SEAL Team 6 to either capture or kill Nicolás Maduro, the disgusting dictator of Venezuela. You guys seemed really interested in that option. You guys seem really interested in what that might look like. So I said, you know what? Let's cut a video out. Let's have a discussion on what the Delta Force option and how Delta Force is going to be used on the mission. I think it's a fascinating topic. So I've got some stuff that I've got teed up for you here. We're going to get into it, and I know that you guys are just as excited as I am. But before we do, as always, please make sure to like and subscribe. Totally free, cost you nothing. Huge boost to the channel. Comment with your thoughts below. Do you want to see Delta Force used? What do you think that will look like? Let me know in the comments below. Hit that notifications bell. All notifications turned on. You won't miss a thing. And then right here, Instagram, David_Hookstead, X, D Hookstead. That's where you can find me on social media. My DMs are wide open. Reach out with any tips you have, or just reach out if you want to say hello. So for those of you who don't know what Delta Force is, I'm just going to pull this up off Wikipedia. Now, many of you watching this are aware I've interviewed a bunch of different former unit operators, a bunch of Delta Force dudes. I've got some really good friends over at the unit. They are the nicest guys ever, but you know what else they're really good at? Taking out bad guys. Delta Force is the Army's Tier 1 unit. The Army's tip of the spear, but it's not just Army guys. In fact, you can draw from across the entire military. There are Marines who have been in Delta Force. I'm sure there's Marines who are in Delta Force right now, actually. The Navy has sent people to Delta Force. The Air Force has sent people to Delta Force. The only one I believe that does not have guys over there, and it's technically under DHS, would be the Coast Guard. But I think Coast Guard guys are eligible to try out. So for those of you who might be learning about Delta Force, this is going to be a great explainer for all of that. So it says the 1st Special Forces Operational Detachment Delta, also known as Delta Force Combat Applications Group, or within Joint Special Operations Command as Task Force Green, is a special operations force of the United States Army under the operational control of JSOC. The unit's missions primarily involve counterterrorism, hostage rescue, direct action, and special reconnaissance, often against high-value targets. Delta Force, along with the ISA, Navy, Air Force counterparts, DevGRU, which is SEAL Team 6, the 24 Special Operations Tactic, are the United States Tier 1 Special Missions units that are tasked with performing the most complex, covert, dangerous missions directed by the President of the United States and DoD. Most Delta Force operators and combat support members are selected from the U.S. Army Special Operations Command, 75th Ranger Regiment, and U.S. Army Special Forces. Those selection is open to other special operations and conventional units across the Army and other military branches. So that right there is what Delta Force is. They do have this right there. That is the emblem they wear. It is I believe technically it's it's the United States Army Special Operations Command logo. This is it right there. USASOC. That is the founder, Charles Beckwith. Right here are some Delta Force operators during the first Gulf War. That is, I don't even know what that is. And then here are Delta Force operators in the Persian Gulf, deep behind during the first Gulf War, deep behind Iraqi lines, taking out Scud missiles. So to put it in as simple terms as possible, Delta Force is an unbelievable lethal Tier 1 unit. And they get the toughest assignments. They get the hardest assignments, along with the SEAL Team 6 counterparts. I always show love to SEAL Team 6. I know there's some people out there who have this false idea that I have something against SEAL Team 6. Not at all. Not even a little bit. Love the guys I know over at SEAL Team 6 as well. But Delta Force has actually been explicitly called for here, and we're going to get into that shortly. But to sum up what it's like and what Delta Force operators are their mindset, if you will, what makes them so incredibly dangerous for the enemy to confront. This is from an interview I shot years ago when I was still working at the Daily Caller. These are 3 retired Delta Force operators, and I asked them, what's the mindset? What's the mentality? And their answers sum up what sets them apart from everyone else. I'll give you a little hint. When the bullets start flying, they're not scared at all. They are loving it. They are laughing their asses off getting after it.
Tier 1 operators, when you're on the helicopters and you're flying in, or maybe you're in the Humvees, whatever it might be, when you're coming in to hit a target, is it we're going to beat the living shit out of them? Like we're the apex predator, or is it nervousness? Like what's going through your mind?
It's I want to get to the breach first.
What was that? Repeat that. I missed that. What was that?
It's I want to get to the breach point first. That's secretly what everybody is thinking.
That, and we hope they have guns.
Yes.
Because the bottom line is we all want to get in a gunfight when we get there. There isn't a gunfight. It was a boring night.
That's crazy. And do you
but I mean, just saying, I mean, going back to what you said, though, yeah, there's a little bit of, there's a little bit of the nervousness, or whatever. I mean, I'm sure we all got that. That tends to go away a little bit. But you need to try to keep that, to give you that edge, because you kind of get a little too comfortable doing this shit day in and day out. But yeah.
I think when we talked, Dave, that's what I was saying. Like it's exhilarating to go on target with everyone feeling the same way, right? Like it is a fucking race to the breach. Like to be around that many dudes that want to get in a gunfight and that aren't fucking scared. Like you might have some nerves, but fuck, I got nervous when I played hockey. That didn't mean I was scared.
Right.
So, but that is the group of people that you're dealing with. It's fucking awesome.
So that right there is 3 Delta Force members, and I asked them, what are you feeling? What are you thinking when you're in these missions? And they're like, we want to be the first guy through the breach point. We want to be the first guy in the room, and we hope the bad guys are armed and they try to engage us so that we can get into a gunfight. And as one of them said, they're not worried about it. They are looking for, it's exhilarating for them, the idea of getting in a gunfight. It's what they want to do. According to these former operators, they live for this. It is the excitement of it for them. That's a special kind of person. That is a special breed of person. I'm not built like that at all. I don't think I would particularly like getting shot at, but this is the class of people we're dealing with. So why am I bringing this up? I'm going to highlight this and throw it up on the screen for you. It says U.S. planning has raised the possibility, too, of involving the military's elite Delta Force, according to people familiar with the matter. The highly trained Special Operations Unit prepares for an array of capture-kill missions, and it saw frequent usage in 2 decades of U.S. wars in the Middle East. So there is already reporting out there that Delta Force, the Tier 1 unit in the military, is going to go out and possibly capture or kill Nicolás Maduro. So that leads me to, what could this look like? What would Delta Force as a unit look like if that is the option President Trump makes to go get Nicolás Maduro? Now, we do have one example. Well, we have a bunch of examples, but the most famous raid JSOC has ever conducted that's known about publicly or is well in the bloodstream is, of course, when SEAL Team 6 went into Abbottabad, Pakistan, and killed Osama bin Laden. I believe they had a total of 24 operators on the ground. I know that raid's back in the news now, all the controversy around the raid, who did what, all of that stuff. Maybe I'll make a video on that down the road here. I will tell you I'm looking into it. I'm kicking the tires on a lot of different things, and I'll leave that for now. So would it look like the Osama bin Laden raid? The answer is almost certainly not. It would not look like the Osama bin Laden raid, because you are dealing with someone who has way more protection, has way, way more resources at his immediate disposal with Maduro, could be in a bunker, could be somewhere. But the real piece of evidence here, I'm going to throw this up on the screen. The real piece of evidence of what a Delta Force raid might look like is the strategic weight. Mothership holds position as USS Ford's arrival changes the calculus. So the ghost ship, this is the ghost ship location. The clandestine MV Ocean Trader and Special Operations Mothership and our Arleigh Burke destroyer are escorted, now holding position northwest of Grenada. So what is the ghost ship? Why is that important? So the ghost ship is a JSOC ship right here that you can see on the screen. And it is disguised to look like a commercial vessel, but it's anything other than a commercial vessel. So right here, it's got a lot of information. It can hold up to 160 operators. Now, we know some operators from an unknown unit were photographed flying into Puerto Rico on secret planes, and the next day the ghost ship left for the Caribbean. The ghost ship carries helicopters, boats, a variety of different things. So what you would likely see happen is the ghost ship would be in position. There would likely be bombings that would be going on. There would probably be other troops that could have landed, but Delta Force's main priority is going to be finding Nicolás Maduro, hunting him down, and then either capturing or killing him. So for those of you who don't know, you have capture kill missions. Now, there's some debate out there exactly how these can be ordered. I've never done one, so I don't know for sure. But what I've been told is generally you have a capture or kill. One is circled. That is the priority on the order. However, every mission is a kill mission potentially if the subject you are going after decides to engage you. So it's worth pointing that out. So I don't know if they would prefer to capture Maduro or if they would prefer to kill Maduro. I don't have an answer to that. I do not know the answer, but that's how that works. So what you could see, I'm going to put the picture of the ghost ship on the screen. They would likely launch helicopters from this ship, fly down to wherever they think Maduro is, and you're talking a significant assault force. You'd probably have Rangers with them too to hold perimeter, to be the blocking force as it's called, but you're talking 40 to 50 Delta Force operators. They would breach the compound Nicolás Maduro is in or where he is hiding, and then they would either capture or kill him. Now, we do have an operation against the leader of a country that Delta Force did just that, and that is this mission right here. So right here, Operation Red Dawn was when Delta Force captured Saddam Hussein, the leader of Iraq, following the invasion of Iraq. He's right there. So this was him shortly after his capture. They met almost no resistance. I don't believe there was any resistance, actually. And they found him hiding in a manhole. And I believe they dropped a flashbang down there. He came out with his hands up. They did find a Glock on him at the time. I believe he did not engage. So this is a perfect example of a capture kill mission where he did not engage, and then they captured him alive. And of course, he was later put on trial and given the death sentence. So Delta Force has a history of doing this. I'll pull this off the screen. So you would see them launch on helicopters to where they believe Nicolás Maduro is. There would be likely Army Rangers assisting them in the blocking positions, just like the Baghdadi raid. The operators would make breach. They would clear out the objective. That is similar to the Bin Laden raid. They would go target secure, find out where he is. If there are security guards who want to fight, they would be quickly killed and eliminated. And then if Maduro put up a fight, he would be killed and eliminated as well. These guys are fast, they're silent, they're lethal as hell, and they are supported by the best pilots on the planet, the best support on the planet. When Delta Force comes searching for you, when Delta Force comes hunting for you, it is guaranteed you're going down. One way or another, you are going down. So that's how Delta Force could be used to get Nicolás Maduro. I had that as the most serious option on the menu of options when I did the live stream on Tuesday. That is what it could look like. That's likely what it would look like. But if Delta Force gets the call, I have all the confidence and faith they will get the job done. If SEAL Team 6 gets the call, I have all the confidence and faith they will also get the job done. The reason Delta Force is the primary focal point of this video is because the White House has already told people that if we do this, we are probably going to use Delta Force. It's probably what we're going to do. So that's where we're at on that. Listen, the Delta Force dudes, they are a different breed. Just like I showed you in that video earlier, their mentality is we want to get in the fight. We want to get in gunfights. We want to hunt people down. And Nicolás Maduro, if Delta Force comes hunting for him, he is cooked. Cooked, ladies and gentlemen. He doesn't have a hope in hell, and it'll be over before he even knew what happened to him. These guys can clear targets in a matter of minutes, if not under a minute. I had one Delta Force guy once tell me that they took down a target in something like 20 seconds. a multi-story target. They made breach. They went in. I'm not going to get into the full explanation, but they were in that fast. I know that they've hit targets with ground forces and helicopters on the roof at the exact timed perfectly. So they squeezed the bad guys. I've seen Delta Force videos of them landing on roofs, like literally engaging targets as they're coming in. Bullets are flying. That's who these dudes are. It's what they train for. It's why they are who they are. So that's how Delta Force could take out Nicolás Maduro. So that's where I see it. If you have a fun theory on what Delta Force could do, let me know in the comments below. I love hearing from you guys. Please make sure to like and subscribe. Totally free. Doesn't cost you anything. Hit that notifications bell. All notifications turned on. You won't miss a thing. And then right here, Instagram, David_Hookstead, X, D Hookstead. That's where you can find me on social media. My DMs are wide open. Reach out with whatever you got. I'll see y'all next time.